So, for you, my fellow traveler, women over 50, if your dream is to travel the world as well, don't let the money stop you, okay? You can do it on a budget. You can live the dream on the budget. So, this week I left England to travel to Switzerland, France, and Germany. All of this just with €500 all inclusive, including transport, accommodation, food, including the flight. It's really, really possible to see the world with less than you think. On this new series, I will share with you how I travel on a budget. I'm doing a European trip with only £500 all inclusive. And to show you that is really possible to travel on a very tight budget as a woman over 50 solo traveler. This is week one where I show you exactly what I've spent and how much I have left. So we're going to start with transport. So my flight from England to Switzerland costed me £79.90. The bus, I arrived in the Basel Mulhouse airport. So one part of it, if you come out from one side, is Mulhouse, is France, and if you come out from the other side, is Switzerland, Basel. Because I'm an explorer and I love going places, and I lived in Switzerland before when I was a kid. I came from the Switzerland, which costed me quite a lot of money because then I had to take the train back to France, and then from France I took the tram. That was cheaper to come to the city where I am right now. So the bus ticket from the airport to Basel Center, that costed me about 6.60 or 7 French, no, not French, Swiss franc, right? I'll put the conversion on the screen. Then when I was at the Basel train station, again, one side is Switzerland and one side is France. I took the train from the French side, and it costed me €29.70. I will put all the conversion in pound, dollar, and euro. And once I was in France, I needed to take the tram that will take me to the city where I am. That costed me only €2.90. So not much at all. To anticipate things as well, I needed to buy my onward journey to Lyon. So I had to take my ticket in advance. I looked, the cheapest option, and that was the bus. So I'm taking a bus that will take me from the next city in France to Lyon, where I'm going to see my brother and spend a few days there. And that ticket costed me £20.27. So that was okay. And now, once I'm in Lyon, I need to go to Zaragoza, Spain. So I find very cheap ticket, guys, like less than £45, less than €50 or $50. But I have a long name, African parents, and these names, my name, surname, and first name, have over 30 characters. So there was no way for me to buy that ticket. I tried for over a week to buy the ticket. I called them to see is there a way. They say no. The thing is, everything is done online, and once you book the ticket, they issue the boarding pass right there, the ticket right there. And in order for you to change your name after, you have to pay €40 with one of the airlines. The reason why I could have gone by bus, and it would cost me something like €50. But I wanted to go by plane because I wanted to have the stop in Palma. Palma is a beautiful place where a lot of traveler goes for the day. And a lot of companies, when they leave France, they first stop to Palma for 15 to 18 hours, which is plenty of time to visit. So that's my goal. So I took the ticket that was a little bit more expensive, 20 euro more expensive, because they would allow me to write down my entire name, my 3 first name and my 3 surnames. That's a lot of black people, okay? We often have too many names. Family give you name from all the relatives that they know. So anyway, yeah, so I spent £65 for that ticket to go from Lyon to Saragossa. And so I will have a stop of 16 hours in Palma. So I'm going to document it because Palma seemed to be a very beautiful place as well. And I absolutely wanted to see it. This is why I chose to take the flight, so I can take advantage of visiting Palma for free. So, but if your name is John Smith, you could have paid only 50 euros, even less than that. It was £44, yeah, around 50 euros, right? But because it's me, I'm paying almost 77 euros, 20 euros extra. Well, because my name is too long, and there's nothing else that they can do about it. They're not going to change the system to make it over 30 character, right? So far the total I spent on transportation, it's £193.52. Remember that I have a £500 budget, and so that is about €228.85, right? I don't really spend money on attraction. My attraction is to see things from far. If there's something to pay to enter something, I don't pay. I just look at it from outside. So the next one that we're going to talk about is food. So I did shopping twice. So when I arrived in Basel, on my flight from London to Basel Mulhouse airport, I was very hungry because in those airline company low cost, the food is not free there like when you travel with Air France or British Airways. I checked what they had inside, and it was like 10 euros, or just to have like a small packet of something was 4 euros. I'm like, no, I'm not spending money on that. I wanted to arrive to my destination and enjoy the local food. But Switzerland was way too expensive, so I had to wait to go to France before I could buy something. But when I arrived in Switzerland, I was asking for my way, and the traveler kindly invited me and bought me a coffee. So I managed to have a coffee there. But then I had to wait when I arrived in France, and I was starving because I did not prepare the trip well. I didn't take any food, fruit, nothing. So when I arrived in France, I think it was already like 4 p.m. or something like that, 3 or 4 p.m. And I was completely starving. And so I went to Carrefour, that's a little supermarket, express, and I went to buy a sandwich and a drink. And that costed me £2.35, which is €2.75. That was the first money I spent on food. And when I arrived in the place where I am now in Germany, I went to a coffee shop, and I asked for a coffee. It was very cheap, €2. And I stopped to another coffee maybe like a few hours later. I was just visiting the place, walking around, and so I stopped another place because it was raining heavily, and there the coffee was at €2.90, still very cheap compared to coffee in the UK. So once the family was gone, they left some food that I could eat. They allowed me to have some tomatoes. I need to cut some. I cut some a few days ago, but there's some that are already like ready to be removed. So, and because the family left me quite, there was some pasta, some potatoes, a few things that I could eat before shopping. I had maybe 2 meals before I needed to go shop. And so when I went to the grocery shop, the cheapest grocery supermarket they told me was Netto. So that's where I'm shopping because we need to save money. The first time I went there, I didn't really buy proper food. It was really like snacks, because again that day I was just exploring, and I just bought some snacks, really crisps, drink, nothing substantial. I spent €6.84. That was about £5.87. I think I have it there. I will show you. And the second day, that was yesterday, I went out on day 6. I actually needed like proper food, because whatever I had left was gone. So I needed food. So I went to buy some grocery yesterday, and it costed me €15.39. So £13.22. So in total for food, since I've been here for a week, knowing that all of that is not just food, grocery, but like coffees and things outside, all included, I spent £25.65. So €29.88. I have all of it here on my phone. Right. So the total for the week spending, right? Because guys, that's all I've spent, simply because, well, accommodation is zero. I'm not spending anything at all on accommodation, because I'm doing a house sit where I'm looking after a cat. Albert, I don't know where he is. He was here, but just certainly playing. So I don't pay anything at all for this beautiful place. I can't show you too much around, because I'm trying to keep the privacy of the family. That's why I'm not showing the house inside. But yes, I have a lovely garden. I have a big room. I have Wi-Fi. I have an office with an ergonomic chair that I can work on all day. I mean, not all day, but that I can work on, because I'm not on holiday. I'm working at the same time. I'm working most morning, and then afternoon usually I'm free, and maybe working again in the evening. So that's how I'm actually paying for being abroad, because I can work at the same time. So the total for this week, knowing that I already paid all the transportation up to Spain. I still need to have one flight back to the UK that I will buy soon. I wanted to leave enough time to allow me to take advantage of any opportunity that may arise. But I will certainly be buying my ticket soon to go back to the UK, certainly around end of August. So the total, there's a lot of mosquitoes here. The total for the week, so total week one spending is £225.64. Understand that all my ticket I bought, transportation I already paid for, and €262.06. So out of my budget of 500, what I have remaining is £274.36, which is not bad at all. What was important was to pay for transportation, because that's what would cost me the most. And food is always something that you can eat very, economically, if you have to. The next place where I will have to pay for accommodation will be in Madrid. But I've checked that in Madrid, there's hostels and rooms that aren't too expensive. And I can go away with paying for 2 nights in Madrid. I'm not going to stay very long, because I can't afford it. Just the time to meet my friend and spend some time with her there, Amy. And at the same time, I will still be looking for a house sit, because there's always something coming up. So if I can catch a house sit in Spain, anywhere in Spain, during the month of August, I will take it. Simply because I also want to practice my Spanish. I also want to take lessons with a local, and but I will only be able to do it if I can get a house seat in Madrid. So far, not in Madrid, in Spain. So then I don't have to spend money on accommodation. So that's that for week 1. We'll meet again next week, Friday, for week 2, where I will tell you all about how much I have spent and how much I have left and how I'm doing with my budget. But it's something that is feasible, it's not complicated. It's not. When you have places like that where you can take advantage of a garden, of food that the family grow in the garden, it saved you a lot of money. Most of my food is really eating pasta with vegetable, like or rice with a vegetable. I don't eat any meat. I don't have money to buy meat, and which is okay. But I splurged a little bit even on this £15 because I wanted to have pizza. So I bought 2 pizza. One was 179, right? So I bought 2. So I could have one this week and one next week. So yeah, that's me. So honestly, while I'm here, I walk everywhere. Even if it's 1 hour. Last time I walked for 1.5 hours. But because I'm not on any rush, I walk, I stop, I walk, I sit for a coffee. That's where you saw these 2 coffee, because I walk for a while. When I'm tired, I sit, I go have a coffee. Next time I will prepare a lunchbox and go for a walk. But I visited all this place just walking. I'm not taking any transport. I'm not spending any money. I show up smart and a house seat, so free accommodation. I'm Jase. I am a solo married woman traveler living the dream on a budget. And please let me know in the comment, because I really want to learn from you too. What is your best tip when you travel? What is your best saving trip when you travel? And what is your best saving tip when you travel? And if you enjoy this type of format, please like, subscribe, share, and leave me a comment, so it lets me know that you enjoy this type of content. I've never done something like that before.